guys, welcome to the first out of 5 videos on, I guess we could say best steampunk books, but in general I'm just going to talk about steampunk books. I'm wearing my kind of steampunky shirt. I wear this under a lot of steampunk costumes when I wear them, go to a convention or something and we're going to dress steampunky. I am going to be cheating on my laptop because there's a lot to go through, so I'll be looking down and you'll just have to deal with that, I guess. So the first set of steampunk novels I'm going to go through are steampunk graphic novels. I'll go through some standalones. There's 6 standalone books I'm going to talk about, and then 11 different steampunk series. And I'll just talk about them each briefly. I'll put a picture up over here, and then there will be links below to my reviews on my blog about all of these books. So the first one I have on the list, and these ones aren't really in any order per se. I'll tell you what rating I gave them as I go through them. The first one on my list is Vancara by S.J. West, and there are, I think, 3 books in this series. I gave this one a 3.5 out of 5 stars. This is a graphic novel set in kind of a steampunky world, historical steampunk world, about a shifter woman who can take on other people's appearance. And when the queen of this world is killed by a plague, she takes on the queen's appearance so that the kingdom doesn't, at the queen's request, so the kingdom doesn't fall into chaos. It was okay. I didn't really like all the politics, and I thought some of the male characters were a little creepy in it, but so again, 3.5 out of 5 for that. The illustration was fine, but it wasn't my absolute favorite. The next one is one that was extremely popular a few years ago, and that is The Invention of Hugo Cabre by Brian Selznick. I did give this 5 out of 5 stars. People probably know about this a lot. It is a big book completely told in pictures about a boy who lives in a train station. It's set in the 1930s, and he's kind of discovering like some of his father's inventions and stuff. So there's a lot of steampunk inventions and steampunky type things, a lot of steam-driven science, and it's really cool the way it's told all in pictures. I highly recommend it if you haven't read Brian Selznick novel. He also wrote Wonderstruck, which was also very good. He does a great job telling these epic stories all in pictures. So very, very interesting art. The next one is a little bit more simple than that. It's called The Clockwork Girl by Sean O'Reilly and Kevin Hanna. This I gave 4 out of 5 stars. This is just a really cute, like kind of Romeo and Juliet retelling, but the girl is a clockwork girl and the boy is a Frankenstein-like boy. And it's kind of about them becoming friends and falling in love. It's more of like a middle grade level. It's very cute, and it's told mostly in pictures, and I really liked it. It was a very unique little steampunk graphic novel. And I just accidentally scrolled to the bottom. Hold on. Okay. The next one is Lost and Found 3 by Shan Tan. Shan Tan I really like a lot. This one had 3 different stories in it that had really amazing artwork. Again, mostly a story told in pictures, but all of them have kind of a steampunk theme to them. The first story was Red Tree, which told the story of a young girl dealing with her troubles only to kind of find hope at the end, but again, kind of a steampunk quirky take on it. The second one is called The Lost Thing, which was probably one of my favorites. It shows a boy finding a lost thing, and he's trying to help the thing figure out where it belongs. And then the third was written by John Marsden. It's called The Rabbits, and it's about white rabbits taking over the world, basically. This is one that is suitable for like middle grade. I read it with my son when he was younger, and we all really liked it, so it's very cute. All right, the next one is not at all a kid one, and that is Legends, The Enchanted by Nick Percival. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. The artwork in here was absolutely stunning. This is when I saw artwork in the bookstore, and I was like, oh my God, I need to read this. And it's a horror steampunk take on a whole bunch of fairy tales. So it was really well done. If you like fairy tale retellings, I really like the dark kind of artwork style. So if you enjoy that, that might be one for you. And then the last kind of standalone, although I believe this was a sequel to another one, or he used the same character or something, is Calamity Jack by Shannon Dean and Nate Hale. I give this 4 out of 5 stars. It's a humorous Wild West retelling of Jack and the Beanstalk. The artwork's really good. The story was well done. It's quick moving. This one had a lot more of a steampunk bent to it than the sister book to this, I believe, was Rapunzel's Revenge. But there were a lot of like steampunk elements in that one as well. All right, now on to series. The first series I want to talk about is Solas the manga. This is a manga version of Gail Carriger's Parasol Protectorate, which I will talk about a lot in later videos. Gail Carriger, if you're a steampunk fan, you probably know about her. She has built a steampunk universe, basically, an empire with the Parasol Protectorate. And this was the manga offshoot of that, and it was very well done. The artwork was very good, and I enjoyed it a lot. Okay, the next one, another very well-known steampunk graphic novel series is the Girl Genius series by Phil and Kaya Foglio. I think they're brother, sister. I read these all in trade paperback. There are there's 13 books in the series. So it's Agatha Heterodyne and the whatever is how that all gets done. And this is heavy, pure steampunk. Very funny, very cartoony artwork. I really enjoyed these a lot. They're just a lot of fun to read. So I would strongly recommend the Girl Genius series. I do know they've been adapted into a book series, but I haven't read the book series. I just really enjoyed the graphic novels. All right. Another popular one that I really enjoyed and my son really enjoys as well is the Flight series by Kazuo Kibushi. This is not as pure of steampunk. There are 8 volumes of this. They're small stories collected by Kazuo Kibushi by various different authors. A lot of them do have a very steampunk-like theme to them, but not pure steampunk. But if you like steampunk, definitely kind of a fun collections to pick up. I'd pick them up no matter who you were. I think they're all really well curated and really well done. All right, another absolutely pure steampunk graphic novel is Lady Mechanica by John Benitez. I think I said that right. First one in the series is The Mystery of the Mechanical Corpse. These are all about a woman who is part mechanical person, and she doesn't have any memory of her past. She doesn't know how she ends up that way, but she ends up helping people, solving a number of mysteries and everything. This has a very dark, like lush illustration style with a lot of detail. Very well done, very interesting to look at. Very good stories. I really like the characters. They're up to volume 6 in those right now, and the series is still going. So love the Lady Mechanica series if you are interested in that. All right, back to Kazuo Kibushi, the Amulet series. While this is primarily considered a fantasy series, there are a lot of steampunk elements in it. A lot of the big mechanical machines and the fact that their house can like get up and move and stuff like that. And they are going in and out of these fantasy worlds. That starts with the Stonekeeper, the Stonekeeper's Curse, the Cloud Searchers, the Last Council, Prince of Elves, Escape from Lucian, Firelight, Supernova, and there's supposed to be one more coming out, which we've been waiting for a long time. But a very good series. Again, that one's appropriate for middle grade and older. And the illustration is amazing. Kibushi's like an amazing artist, so definitely one to check out. All right, all of these are pretty popular. So the next one I have on here is Monstrous by Meijeri Liu and Sana Takeda. Beautiful, dark, detailed artwork throughout this. An amazing story, amazing characters. Love this series. They've done 3 trade paperbacks. I believe the 4th one is supposed to come out really soon. September sometime, I think. And if this is definitely adult, definitely more on the like horror steampunky side of things, but very, very well done. And then kind of the most classic manga series is Full Metal Alchemist. I mean, it's all about alchemy and steampunk creations and stuff like that. And it's really, really good. I really loved it. That's by Hiromi Arakawa. Again, probably murdering these names. You can buy them in the omnibus books. If you do that, there are 9 volumes in the complete series. Otherwise, there's 27 smaller manga volumes. This is just about a boy and his brother who you just need to read it to figure out what's going on. But they go on a series of adventures to try to get his brother his body back because his soul is in a giant metal dude. And he's also, along the way, he's trying to learn how to be an alchemist and do all these things. So I consider it steampunk. That's definitely a lot of steampunk elements in there, and a very good manga series. All right, one that's maybe a little lesser known, but very good is Rust by Royden Lepp. This is mostly told in pictures. The illustration's like this beautiful, like sepia toned. And it actually is kind of set in the future. And it's about a boy soldier who ends up stuck on a farm, but there's a lot of like steampunk elements into it, in like the kind of farm equipment they have, and how the world is running on kind of more of like a steam type thing, and the sepia tones give it this very like nostalgic feel. Really good. If you haven't read the Rust series, it's fantastic. Another lesser well-known one is Newsprints by Ruzu. And I'm trying to think exactly, like, I know this is set in just an alternate world about a girl who wants to apprentice to an inventor, and that's all I remember. It was really good. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, but that's all I remember about. One I read really recently that I didn't like as much is City of Secrets by Victoria Ying. So this is more of a middle grade one, and it was about, about some noble girl and some boy whose dad died in this clock tower, and they are trying to figure out the secrets of this big mechanical, like steampunky building. And it was okay. I don't know. I didn't find it that exciting, but the idea behind it was okay. And then the last one I have on the list, last series, is Castle in the Stars by Alice. I read the first 2 books in these, The Space Race of 1869 and The Moon King, and a lot about, they're trying to like build this big airship and win this contest or whatever. I liked it. It's a very interesting format. It's like a very big format graphic novel. The thing I didn't like about it is it was very wordy. I didn't feel like stuff happened very fast, but very detailed art style. It's got kind of this like pastel, like watercolor look to it, almost a very unique format. I just wasn't as interested in the story, I guess. I gave the first book 4 out of 5 stars, and then the second book 3 out of 5 stars. So that's kind of a list of steampunk graphic novels that I have read and enjoyed, or not so much enjoyed. There were a couple on there I thought were okay, but not great. Again, I put pictures up as I was talking about them, and then I will put the links to my reviews down below if you want more information on any of them, on where to get them, or what age group they're appropriate for, or what the story was about. You can go check out that. So that's the first of the 5 steampunk videos, and hopefully I will get one a week done. But some of these do have a lot more material to go through than the graphic novel one. That was probably the smallest list. So I hope you enjoyed it. I do try to post videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesday is usually something like this, and Saturday is usually a stack in the shelves if I got books. I have not been as regular about, because I have engaged many books and I've been very busy in my personal life, but I will try to be better. If you are interested in these kind of videos, feel free to subscribe or hit the notification bell down below. And I hope that you have a great week of reading ahead of you, and I will talk to you later. Bye.